We're here with the Inspector General of Police, the DCI, and my colleagues, the PSS from the ministry. We, as I said at the beginning of this investigation, we are very disturbed. I must be very frank. I'm personally very angry about, what has happened here, and we are trying to get to the bottom of the matter. We have several officers from this institution in police custody right now, and we are trying to find out exactly what happened. We've gone to the place where the escape allegedly happened, and we have formed certain opinions. We don't want to discuss that because we do not want to interfere with the work that the DCI is doing. All I need to say at the moment is that we are mobilized, and we have sent messages across the country and, across all exit and possible movement points out of the country. We have mobilized the sector, and we are going to conduct a massive manhunt for those three. They are dangerous criminals, and we have to get them, and we are going to get them. As I speak to you right now, some of our special teams from our security forces are already hot in pursuit, of these people, and we are following up whatever leads that we are getting from members of the public. What I would say at the moment, two critical points I need to make. One, we will conduct a very thorough investigation on this matter. That's why we are all here. And I pledge personally that we will not only go the direction investigations will point us, but we will act resolutely to ensure that this kind of recklessness does not happen ever again, because it exposes our people, as it were. Definitely there is a certain level of responsibility we have to deal with in this particular case. That said, I want to ask members of the public, because most of the disruptions that we have successfully done, I have to be very honest, have been as a result of very cooperative behavior and conduct by members of the public. I want to ask Kenyans, in the very patriotic and responsible way in which we always, conduct ourselves, to share whatever information they come across on these three and any other individuals they may suspect amongst them. Go to the nearest police station, go to the nearest security officer and share the information. We will protect your identity, and we will act responsibly. But that said also, I need to be frank with each other, with all of us, that we are living in very interesting times. I have to be, honest. We are living in very interesting times. All around us, we are surrounded by very challenging environments, across, what's going on in Somalia, what's happening in the northern part of our country, and so on and so forth. And this has placed all of us in an unusual state of alertness. We even hardly sleep because we are, speaking to each other, contacting each other. This is a very tough time for the security of the country. And we cannot pretend that, we may not have a challenge and so on. I want to ask all Kenyans, wherever they are, to be conscious, to be security conscious in their behavior and in their conduct. The crowding that I have seen sometimes in social places, the irresponsible manner in which I've seen some of us are moving, particularly into entertainment joints and so on, without even caring, who's next door and so on, is something we have to be very careful about. We are living in difficult times. And usually, especially at this time, now we are approaching the festive season, between 15th of November and end of January, is a time of active socio-economic interaction across the country. People moving up and down, preparing for holidays, going out, engaging in social activities and so on. It's a time we all need to be on the lookout, and every one of us needs to be vigilant and be sure that you know who is next to you and who's operating around you. We must increase our security consciousness, especially because of the environment in which we find ourselves. And we've never gotten here before. We've had some challenges in the past, but when we have almost 2/3 of our neighborhood experiencing very serious security challenges, and I am so grateful to our men and women in uniform, and the entirety of our security sector, all these wonderful people who are awake here and are going to be awake for the next several hours, ensuring that, Kenyans go about their activities well. But let us support them, work with them, and cooperate with them as they try to keep our country safe. That's all we can say at the moment. My colleague, the Inspector General of Police, and the DCI and the rest of the teams are on this matter, and I pledge to Kenyans, we are going to remain committed to ensure that we remain safe and we go about our activities responsibly. It's unfortunate that this has happened, but it's a mistake that we will correct, and it's a matter that we will deal with. If they send responsibility on any part of any officer, we will act firmly and decisively. As I said, we have several of them in police custody. We'll get to the bottom of this. Mr. Kinoti is on it, and IG Matiang'I, and we'll come back to the public when, as the progression, emerges in these investigations. Thank you.
How did it happen?
No, that is exactly what I don't want to comment about, because investigations are going on. We have spent a good part of our evening here, and we have taken information and taken statements. I don't want to run sideline comments when investigations are happening. I have said this before. The security sector is very sensitive. When our police officers are hot, in pursuit of suspects and they have leads and information, I cannot now go to the media and start describing things and saying things that we see. Just let's be patient. I know the need for to answer certain questions, but let's be patient and give these wonderful people an opportunity to do their work. And I'm personally happy that good work is going on.
Does this worry, especially after one guy was arrested in another recently, and this incident happened?
No, I mean, the world over, this is something that we need to know. The world over, and when societies have grown, such as, ours has grown, Nairobi's population has grown, we're very active people moving around. Terrorism is a reality that we are dealing with, all of us. It's a challenge that we are living with. All we strive all the time is to make sure that we are ahead of the criminals, as it were, and we can disrupt whatever actions they plan. It's just that we don't talk about it all the time. If you know the amount of work that our security people have been doing over the years to deal with these issues, we don't want to scare anyone and cause anxiety. But a lot of those efforts have been disrupted, which means we are always at least a step ahead, in terms of some of these activities. So no one needs to be unnecessarily anxious, but I would like everyone to be alert and everyone to be sure that even as you go about your activities, you are sure, you know who's your neighbor, who's around, who's doing what they're doing, and so on, and to cooperate with our police officers, share information with our police officers. We are as safe as we are conscious ourselves. If we know what's happening and if we suspect something and share information with the officers, that keeps us safe. So that's fine. The officer arrested, the person arrested in Hata is just one of the many arrests that have been made before. And many investigations that have been done before. That is the job we do. That's why Kenyan taxpayers, pay for security officers to look around for these kinds of people, to arrest them. And we arrest quite a number of some of these people from time to time. Some we follow and investigate and discover there are certain things we need to do. Some we take to court. Some help us with information. So that's our way of life now. That's why we are here after 10:30, and that's why we are awake. We are awake so that Kenyans can sleep. Thank you.